Hello everybody, it's Eleanor at Eleanor's Place, and I'm at home today, and I thought I'd just share with you some of the things that I'm doing that save a bit of money. And we're all looking for ways around being more frugal, being more careful. Bills don't go away. I don't mean to go on about them, but they don't. So I thought, well, what can I do? I can't get out in the garden much. I have been in the garden, have been in the allotment, and I am getting stuff done because it's dry. But at the moment it's very, very cold up here. We're going down to -7 for the next couple of nights. So it really is important to find other things to do. So I thought, well, what can I do with you today that could show you that? And the other day I bought a chicken, a nice chicken, a better welfare chicken. So a happier chicken, more what do they call it, more outside space, more roaming ability, just a happier chicken with better welfare. Makes you feel better. Anyway, we had that, we roasted that the other day, and then I saved half the carcass because my husband loves to chew all the bones, so I give him half of the thing and leave him to it. He's like Fido the dog. And I thought, well, I'll keep the other half, and I kept a chicken drumstick off it, and I've made some soup. So let me show you. What I did with it was I put, it's on now, it's all in here, and it's on the go. Let me just give it a little stir. It's just warming up actually. So first of all, I made the stock with the chicken carcass. And I put the chicken carcass in here. There's loads and loads of stuff in here. And I put the chicken carcass in with water and half an onion cut into quarters. And, well, eighths is that, isn't it, if we're going to get mathematical. And a couple of chopped up homegrown carrots and some pepper, and put it on the top and let it boil for a while till the chicken meat came off the bones, and I got as much nature out of it as I could. And then I let that cool, and I stripped what was off the chicken carcass and popped that in the stock, and then just left it overnight. Anyway, I've reheated it, and I've chopped up the meat that I had off the remaining chicken drumstick and popped that in. I had half a homegrown leek left over, so that's really finely chopped up. That's the main green you can see. A small carrot just finely chopped into nice little pieces. I had about 5 little miniature potatoes left from a bag I'd got from the supermarket, and they've gone in. I'll find some of that. There's some of it in there anyway. There's some of it there. You can possibly just about see it there. And then the other green in there that you can see is some broccoli stems. Now I read about this ages ago, and broccoli stems are perfectly edible. So we only tend to eat the florets, don't we, and we throw away the rest of it. And it said don't, you can use them, they're perfectly edible. So I kept a couple of broccoli stems and I've peeled them and chopped them up into little pieces and added them to this soup, and they'll have like a cabbagey, turnipy cabbagey sort of effect with the soup. So they've gone in. There's a veg stock cube gone in as well. There was a bit of salt in there from the other day, but there's a veg stock cube gone in, and I'm now bringing that to the boil, and I'm going to let that get on with it, and it should be a nice big pan of soup ready for lunch or whenever, or even before we have our main meal. So I'll pop the lid on that and let that get on with it. It's just starting to smell quite nice in there. Let's rearrange you. Now the next thing, oh, I can't see you properly, hang on. Right, the next thing we're going to do, or I'm going to do, you're going to be watching I suppose, is I'm going to feed the birds. Now, can you see them out there? They're all over it. They've got a thing of peanuts, which they love. They've got a suet stick down there that's got mealworm in it, which they've found, and they're really enjoying it. But the other thing I like to do, and is make some, melt some suet, lard I should say, lard, melt some lard, and then I put birdseed into it. And then if I go in this cupboard down here, I've got down here, please don't fall out, I've got these, and they're coconut shells. Now I bought these in the supermarket. I did have 4 and one went, so I've only got 3 now, but they're perfect. They had peanut butter inside them for birds, so there's very low salt content in them. And if you look at the inside of that, look at that, they've pecked it absolutely clean. There is not a smidgen of the innards left on those strings. So I've got 3 of these, and when they've used them all up, what I tend to do is in here also, just give me a second, please don't fall out of the cupboard. I have all sorts in my cupboard, just bear with me. Right, let's just put that back in there. Don't know that. I'm sure I'm not the only one that I open my cupboard doors and everything falls out. I have a bag of birdseed, and I get this from a local shop, and it's £1.50, and there's about half the bag left. So what I now do, bring you over here, we go in the fridge, and somewhere in the back of my fridge, over there, somewhere, behind that chicken fat, that's something else I kept, the chicken fat. I thought I'm going to start using everything I can. There we go. Lard. Going to have that lard out. Excuse me. And we're going to put that into a bowl. I'll just stand you there a minute. Won't be a minute, just stay there. In fact, let's put you there. Can you see it? Right. There we go. Right. That soup's coming to the boil. Let's just turn that down a tad over there. Okay, right, we have a glass bowl. Glass microwavable bowl. Now this is the tricky bit. This is where I have to get the amount of fat right. But it's not too bad, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to use about that much, I think. About that much. I'm going to cut that into little pieces. It's boiling a bit fast now, that soup. Mind you, it's got to cook the potatoes, so it's probably not a bad thing. Right, so we cut that up into little pieces. That'll do. Now if there's too much for those 3, coconut shells, I'll make a little seed patty with it. Right, so we're going to put this in the microwave. Let's put this in the microwave here. Take that lid out. Don't want that. Right, in it goes. We're going to melt it down. This is 1000 watt. So let's take that to about 120. There we go. We'll let that started. We'll give that a few minutes. So I make this up for them sporadically, and once they've had all 3 of them, I make them another batch. So this, there's plenty in here. There's plenty in here, so this will definitely fill those 3. Yeah, that will definitely fill those 3 coconut shells. Right, let's just get you a bit more there. Yeah, so when I'm at home and I spend time on my own, I try and think, that's boiling a bit, I try and think of ways to make things more economical, because I think, look, we're an industrious nation as British, and it's important that we make things work for the times that we're living in. And if that means that we have to do lots and lots of jiggery pokering to make things work, then so be it. That's what we do. It's survival. It's just a survival mode, and we'll make it happen. Right, let's see how that fat's doing. Let's come over here and see. No, not even remotely. Put it back on. Let's put it on for 2 minutes. That should totally melt it. Right. So we're going to try and be more economical with everything, because we're all in the same boat and we're all feeling the pinch. I'm very lucky where I live because I live in a caravan. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have any debts. Everything I have is my own. We own all our cars. I say all our cars, we've got 2 cars, but we've got a van as well, which my husband uses for his own usage most of the time. But you have to cut your cloth accordingly, and that's what I'm trying to do. So by doing things like this, look, I could go out and buy fat balls. I could go out and buy those things and put them out there, and the birds would eat them. But I get a better sense of well-being by doing it myself and helping them in my own way. So that's what I'm going to do. I just like to do it that way. I don't like to buy everything, and when you see the price of stuff now, and every time you go to the supermarkets and the shops, we're all in the same boat. We all keep seeing these things going up. It's quite soul destroying. So I want to keep feeding my birds, so I find cheaper ways around the issue. I wonder how that fat's doing. So, oh, we're nearly there. 20 seconds. Fingers crossed we've got melted fat in a minute. Let's just put you there and I'll go and see if it's ready. It's nearly done. Nearly done. We should be all right in a minute. Then when I turn you around, I'll just show you what I'm doing. I'm only going to mix some seed into it and then stuff it into these there we go. Let's just get that out of there. Stuff it into these coconut shells. Gosh, that's quite warm. Easy does it. Right, that's nicely melted now. Not nice and clear and melted. So I'll put it there and I'll just twist you around a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. This is a very ad hoc sort of job because I'm not at all technical and I have no idea how to put films together for YouTube. Don't have a clue, but still want to share things with you, so please excuse my totally amateur approach to everything. Well, what we want to do here is get the right ratio of fat to seed. You just want enough fat around that seed to bind it together. Now that is ready. That's nicely bound together. So move that out the way, and then we get our coconut shells. I don't know how many this will make. Get it in there and we press it down with the back of the spoon. Sometimes when I'm making these, I'll even put a little bit of peanut butter into the mix. I haven't done that today. I'm keeping it very simple. Now, can I get this in here without it tipping everywhere? Come on. Press it down so it will bind together. Oh, I've got just enough for 2 today. Just enough for 2. That'll do though. Push that into there. There's just something very satisfying about doing this, because lard is very, very cheap, and this is just Aldi product, so it's very cheap. Don't ask me how much it is, I haven't bought it for a bit, but it is very cheap. So there you go. And then what we do with those is we make a bit of room in the fridge. Put this off my fingers. And these will go into the fridge to set, and then I hang them out for the birds. They have a lovely time. So there you go. Chicken soup made with all the leftovers from a roast dinner, and birdie treats, all with just pennies. All right, so I hope that gives you some ideas, and Happy New Year to you, and all the best for the coming year. Bye for now. Bye bye.